Hello again, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks to everyone who has recently subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And if you're thinking about it, what's to think about? Just do it. Join the gang. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be wading through the swamp of modern Britain, where free speech is about as welcome as a bacon sandwich at a vegan convention. The topic is Glastonbury and Bob Vylan, or Villain. I think the latter suits him. The punk rap provocateur who thought it would be a cracking idea to lead thousands of Glastonbury festival goers into chants of death to the IDF and free plasticine or Palestine and from the river to the sea on live BBC telly. Yes, you heard that right. And now the million-dollar question, will this bloke face the same legal hammer as Lucy Connolly, who got 3 years for a tweet? Or is this just another case of two-tier policing in our increasingly spineless society? Let's unpack this now, shall we? First off, let's get one thing straight. Bob Vylan, or Bobby Villain, whatever his name is to his mates, didn't just whisper some edgy lyrics under his breath. This was a full-on microphone-amplified call to arms, screaming death to the Israeli Defense Forces in front of a crowd of thousands, many of whom gleefully joined in like it was a karaoke night at the local. The BBC, bless their impartial little socks, broadcast this live on iPlayer, only to slap a warning on the screen about strong and discriminatory language after the fact. Bit late, lads. The horse has bolted and is trampling through the Middle East as we speak. Now, the Avon and Somerset police are assessing video footage to see if Bobby Boy committed a crime, assessing that's code for we're hoping this blows over before we have to do anything, really. Meanwhile, the Israeli embassy is deeply disturbed. The government strongly condemning, and Lisa Nandy's on the phone to the BBC boss demanding to know why this wasn't stopped before it started. Good question. Maybe because the BBC thought it would be a laugh to let a band with a track record of political aggro take the stage unchecked. Just a thought. And here's where it gets juicy. Some folks on X are pointing to the Lucy Connolly case, saying if she got 3 years for a deleted tweet, surely Bob Vylan's public incitement is worth a stretch in the clink. For those who don't know, Lucy Connolly, wife of a Tory councillor, was jailed for 31 months for a tweet that stirred up racial hatred. Nasty stuff, no question, but let's compare apples to apples here. Connolly's tweet was vile, but it was a fleeting post seen by a handful before it was deleted. Bob Vylan, on the other hand, had a megaphone, a stage, and a live broadcast leading a mob in chants calling for death to a specific group. If that's not incitement, I don't know what is. So will he be convicted? Will the boys in blue feel his collar? Don't hold your breath. This is Britain in 2025, where the rules bend depending on who's shouting what. The establishment's already in a tizzy over Glastonbury's political circus. Bob Vylan, Kneecap, you name it. Kneecap, by the way, followed up with their own F. Keir Starmer and free plasticine chants, because why not throw petrol on the fire? Eh? The BBC, ever the masters of foresight, decided not to stream Kneecap, but let Bob Vylan's rant go out live. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And here's the thing, if you or I stood in the street yelling death to anyone, and I've been to a few Tommy Robinson rallies, marches and whatnot, and I didn't hear anyone calling death to anyone. What does that tell you? But, you know, if they did, or if we did, we'd be nicked faster than you can say hate speech. But when it's a punk rap duo at Glastonbury, suddenly it's art or free expression, isn't it? Funny how that works. The same system that threw the book at Lucy Connolly for a tweet is now assessing whether chanting for the demise of an entire military force in front of thousands is a problem. Two-tier policing? You bet your bottom dollar. If Bob Vylan walks away from this without as much as a slap on the wrist, it's proof the law's applied with all the consistency of a drunk playing darts. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for free speech, I really am, even when it's uncomfortable. But if you're going to lock up someone like Connolly for a tweet, you better be ready to haul in every Tom, Dick, Bobby and Abdul who thinks a festival stage is a soapbox for incitement. Otherwise, what's the point of law? It's just a prop for the politically convenient, isn't it? And let's not kid ourselves. Glastonbury is no stranger to political posturing. Bob Vylan even threw in some solidarity with Kneecap, suggesting violent protest might be the way forward. How charming. I bet the police assessing that one are thrilled. So what's the verdict? Will Bob Vylan face conviction? If justice were blind, he'd be in cuffs already. His performance wasn't just a chant, it was a deliberate provocation, broadcast to the world with a screen behind him screaming about genocide. But this is Britain, where the scales of justice wobble depending on the optics. My money's on a stern talking to, if not a slap on the wrist, maybe a fine if they're feeling spicy, but a full conviction like Connolly's? Nah, too much hassle, isn't it? Too many headlines and too many festival goers who think they're revolutionaries because they waved a flag and shouted along. And another thing, if Bob Vylan just walks, it's not just a middle finger to fairness, it's a signal that you can say whatever you like as long as you've got a big enough crowd and a trendy cause. Meanwhile, the likes of Lucy Connolly rot in jail for less. Welcome to modern Britain, folks, where the law's as flexible as a yoga instructor and twice as spineless. And there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, keep your wits about you because clearly nobody else is. Roger Trout.